Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this House whether he or the Attorney General or the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs has had any conversation with Scotland Yard or any regional law enforcement agency regarding the alleged abduction of Mehul Choksi, an Antiguan citizen, and him being taken to another country?
Mr. Speaker, the answer to that question is no.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this House if he or the Minister of National Security are aware whether Scotland Yard or any other investigative body has found evidence that Mehul Choksi was taken to Dominica by involuntary means? Can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House if he or Minister of National Security are aware whether Scotland Yard or any other investigative body has found any evidence that Mehul Choksi was taken to Dominica by involuntary means?
Mr. Speaker, I'm not aware of evidence, but there is information in the public domain that Mehul Choksi was abducted, and I'm aware that law enforcement here would have done some research and perhaps may have some individuals of interest. But insofar as evidence is concerned, I am not aware that there is any such conclusive evidence.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House whether the integrity of our borders have been breached by the alleged movement of a sea vessel that could have left our shores without proper inspection?
Mr. Speaker, I am not aware that the vessel in question would have breached the security of the state. My understanding is that the vessel ostensibly that was utilized to abduct Mr. Choksi came here legally. So I'm not aware that there is any such legal breach as suggested by the Honourable Member for All Saints East and St. Luke.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House whether the police department is investigating as to how Mehul Choksi left Antigua and Barbuda and end up in Dominica?
The answer to that question is a resounding yes, and let me add here too that it was the Royal Antigua and Barbuda Police Force that issued the yellow notice to Interpol in the first instance to try and locate Mehul Choksi when he was reported missing.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Prime Minister tell this Honourable House whether the Antigua and Barbuda Coast Guard is adequately staffed and adequately equipped to protect the borders of Antigua and Barbuda?
Mr. Speaker, it's well known that throughout the Caribbean region we have relatively porous borders because of all of the different keys and all the different beaches, and evidently we do not have enough resources, including manpower, and that is an area that we continue to struggle with. We have been assisted by the U.S. government and other external agencies to help us to build capacity in that area. But admittedly, it is one of the weak areas in which the countries in the Caribbean, they all have porous borders.